What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to basketball. I'll again say these aren't my favorite videos to do of all time, but we're gonna take a look at the ESPN top 100 NBA players going into this season. Why aren't these my favorite videos? I just don't think it really matters, but I know it's a fun thing to do and I know we want to talk about it. And yes, I'm still gonna have an opinion. So you know what? Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. And hey, this is a reminder to hop on the Discord as well. We're talking about things every single day. Link is in the description to join. But hey, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I've responded to every single comment to my YouTube channel up to this point, and I intend to keep on doing so. All right, now let's get into the video. Alrighty, y'all. So every year ESPN puts together this little ranking or something like that, and it's always kind of interesting because they put after each ranking, hey, where did this player rank last year? And that I think is kind of an interesting perspective to see, hey, where have these players gone since the previous year? But I'm not going to try to spend too much time on each and every player. We'll see if this even all goes into one video. I'm going to try to do it all in one video, but let's see. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This might be a sign of I don't know, maybe this is a horrible ranking already, but Anthony Simons is the 100th best player in the NBA. Wow. That's Anthony Simons is a really good NBA player. This is a pretty clear starter level player in the NBA. Man, it's just crazy to think that Anthony Simons could be all the way down here. Previous rank, he was rank 85. Wow, yeah, his usage rate was uncomfortably high at times in the wake of the Damian Lillard trade. I mean, what else were they gonna do? It wasn't the greatest team in the world, but wow. Anthony Simons at 100. Who do we got next? Then Chris Paul. Chris Paul above Anthony Simons at this point. I'd say maybe he's more valuable. I don't know if he's the better player. At least he'll still play a semblance of defense. Anthony Simons' defensive numbers have been pretty rough throughout his career, but he's also been playing for the Trailblazers, who never tend to put a ton of emphasis on defense, and I think he could at least get better defensively. But Chris Paul there, fair enough. He's 99. Then we got Mike Conley, another old chap for the Timberwolves. He still even put in some solid performances in the playoffs last year. So Mike Conley being above both of those guys, maybe Anthony is an individual player, but yeah, man, Conley's still pretty good. Whoa. Okay. I'm not going to read what their reasoning is. We just went from Mike Conley at 98. Mind you, we just started this video. I'm 3 minutes and 43 seconds into my recording. Yes, I take pauses between things, but Herb Jones, correct me if I'm wrong, was all defensive first team last year and 5th in DPOY voting. How is he at 97? Maybe Jones should rank higher here, considering he's coming off a campaign in which he made all defensive first team and finished 5th in defensive player of the year voting. Okay, these lists don't matter. I'm going to keep saying these lists don't matter. And he was a reliable three-point shooter. You can't rank them and then say all these good reasons for why they should be higher. What's the reason for him being lower? They don't have one. Okay, but then we got Al Horford. I love Al Horford, but come on, no. Al Horford's I hate saying Al Horford's the worst at anything, but he's the worst player we've seen on this list so far. And he was not ranked last year? Nah, I don't agree. Jalen Suggs down here? Yeah, no, Jalen Suggs has his limitations. I talk about often his creating ability, or his ability to create offense is still a big concern I have, but he's already gotten a lot better than I thought he was going to in the NBA. His defense is awesome. I love the effort and the intensity that he plays with. The shooting's looking nice at this point, so I guess we'll see where Jalen Suggs can go. Hey, shout out Keegan Murray, not ranked the year before, falls into this category here. This seems appropriate so far. This is definitely, I feel the best player that we've looked at, up to, no, Herb Jones is better. But Keegan Murray's shown that he can do so much on the court. I love everything about Keegan Murray. I'd love to coach this guy if given the chance, but wow, this is interesting to see him, all the way down there. Brook Lopez. I feel like Brook Lopez is a player that we, forget about at points. He was number 69 last year. Awesome. When Lopez finished second in the voting for Defensive Player of the Year, and the Bucks ranked 4th in defensive efficiency, he was a dominant force then, but Lopez's offense production took a dip. He averaged 12 points on 48.5% shooting from the field. Yeah, that number is always going to be a little bit skewed because he's not playing traditional center roles. They just don't ask him to really do that because Giannis is on the court. Shooting from the field, 36.6% from three. That's fine. Obviously, it's not up to his maybe standard, but Lopez 35 figures to be the center. Yep, in their defensive scheme. Yeah, no, he's still a really good player. That makes sense. Jabari Smith. We got Jabari Smith above Keegan Murray. I know those players are easily comparable and everything, but That's interesting. That's interesting. Like, I'll give Jabari Smith the edge on, like, defense, but otherwise I'm giving everything to Keegan Murray. That's just my opinion. Jonas. Ooh, Jonas Valanciunas coming in here, averaging a near double-double. Yep, we got to give him credit for that. 56% from the floor. I mean, yeah, he wasn't really doing much besides like right next to the rim. Yes, I know he stepped out and hit some three-pointers every once in a while, but I don't think anybody really gave a shit if he did. But that just is what it is. Features the NBA's 8th youngest roster this year. Yeah, the Wizards. I'm planning on doing a really interesting video on the Wizards. I'm trying a whole new concept. I haven't seen it done on YouTube yet, so be on the lookout for that. But Wizards might be rough this year. I'm not sure. I'll take Keegan Murray over Valanciunas, though. That's just me. Andrew Wiggins. Oh, how the mighty fall. It was just 3 seasons ago. Wiggins was an all-star. Yep, on the rise. And yeah, it seems like personal things have kind of gotten in the way of him and stuff. And man, I think it's important for us to remember that these guys are people at the end of the day. I know you guys don't completely grasp that, all of you, but these are people. Like, they go through shit in real life. We all have bad days where we just can't get as much done at work. It goes the same for these guys. It just does, even if you're just playing a game. Like, there's a lot that goes into being an NBA player. You guys think they have lives out of here? It's hard for them to have lives because of how busy they are. And then, like, you throw some nonsense on top of it, it's hard. But, man, I hope to see Andrew Wiggins bounce back, man. I really do. Michael Porter Jr. Alrighty. He played a career-high 81 games last season. Did he really? Oh, that's amazing. As a guy that has had his uncomfortable share of back problems, for those of you that don't know, I had spinal surgery because I, like, broke my spine, like, just year and a half ago, and I was bedridden for a while. So while I was bedridden, that's what actually made me decide I wanted to start a YouTube channel and stuff. So as soon as I was able to sit again, I started the channel. Yeah, he's removed from like his back problems. He dipped slightly to 39.7%. Oh no, how dare he? Porter's scoring average also slipped from 17.4 to 16. Okay. But yeah, no, he's awesome. He's awesome on both sides of the ball. He's good on both sides. You guys got to understand, just because you're not the best like on-ball defender that can keep a point guard in front of him, he's a pretty good defensive player. Isaiah Hartenstein, yeah, no, I love Hartenstein's game and everything that he does. Not ranked last year, going into this year. Obviously, he was a huge contributing factor for that Knicks team. He just got hurt, didn't he? That's unfortunate. He like had a fracture in his hand or something like that. Tough start. Naz Reid, 6th man of the year, all the way down at 87. Ooh, that's another hot take. Herb Jones might still be the best player that's been like on this list so far, but Naz Reid is close. The Herb Jones one is crazy to me. By the way, in the comments, leave me like what you guys think. Like, please don't list out all 100. I'm not even gonna say it. If you want to list all 100 players, cool. Am I gonna read it? Almost certainly not. If you guys can't tell, I'm working on about 2 hours of sleep each of the last 3 nights. So if I seem a little like wired or anything like that, that's why. But yeah, no, I'm not gonna read all 100 people if you do it. But if you want to, I'll respect it and I'll let you know that in the comments because I respond to all of them. But Naz Reid this low, and Jaime Jaquez in front of him. I like Jaime Jaquez a lot. I loved his rookie season and everything. Naz Reid's a better player. Come on. Jaime Jaquez, love the fundamentals and everything. Sneaky athlete. The hair's amazing. I think he's going to be like a Heat type dude for life. Love Jaime Jaquez. Naz Reid is better. Naz Reid is just better. I can't wait to see him play this year. And I know Randall's like already back or something like that. I was really confused with the Randall injury. I thought he was going to be out for longer, but whatever. I think Naz will really show some people this year. Lou Dort as well, the Dortcher Chamber. Again, I'll take Naz and Herb over him. Like, Herb Jones is literally just a better Lou Dort. That's the best way I can describe it. But Lou Dort's awesome. Don't get me wrong. Like, all these dudes are awesome. Like, let's get that out of the way. All these dudes are awesome. Lou Dort, the Dortcher Chamber. Love the 3-and-D nature of him. Super tough. You need guys like that on your basketball team. Absolutely love it. CJ McCollum. CJ McCollum is still like one of those dudes. He's still coming off a season where he was getting like I should look up his actual stats, but I don't really want to. I know he was getting like 18 plus points. Like, he's getting like a high amount of assists, and he's shooting great from the field at his age. Like, playing the true point guard spot now, kind of left the combo guard position behind a little bit. So really, really excited to see CJ again. Obviously, could be a trade guy this year, but we don't know. Marcus Smart being this high after, I know he was injured most of last season, but that's kind of interesting. I guess we have to give him some credit. Former Defensive Player of the Year and everything. How quickly we forget, right, with injuries, how good people are. But I'm still curious to see how Marcus Smart does with this Grizzlies team. We just don't know. This team is having a hard time really staying healthy. I feel for you Grizzlies fans, but Maybe seems a little bit high for him. Hard to say. Mitchell Robinson, I'm glad we're actually giving him some credit above Hartenstein, actually, because before he got hurt last season and Hartenstein jumped in, Mitchell Robinson was having a crazy good season last year. It was amazing. Like, his rim protection, his offensive rebounding numbers were insane. So I know he's hurt again, and that's unfortunate, but let's hope the dude can get back healthy. Miles Turner, wow, that feels low for Miles Turner as well. But again, there's so many good basketball players in the NBA nowadays. I know there's a couple people in the Discord that are always really excited about the expansion and everything. Nothing's set in stone yet. Like, yes, are they probably waiting for LeBron to retire so that he can be a partial owner and kind of bring the hype to whatever team that is? Almost certainly. But no, it's interesting. There's so many good players in the NBA nowadays. We can have more NBA teams. But wow, Miles Turner that low. Jeremy Grant. Would I rather have Miles Turner or Jeremy Grant? Probably Miles Turner, but Jeremy Grant's a hell of a basketball player. The defense, the shooting, like, he was shooting over like 39%. Does it say? Oh, he also shot 40% from three for the second time. Yeah, the Blazers need any outside shooting they can get at this point. I'd still trade him if I were them. If somebody wants to take him, why not? But yeah, no, he plays great on both sides of the ball. Fred VanVleet. Fred VanVleet is constantly getting in the way of young guys in their development, and that's a compliment to him. That's how good this guy is, because they have some really elite young talent at the guard spots and other positions, and they're going to keep playing him, man, because he had another really good season last year. So shout out Fred. Nice to see him out here. Okay. We're prefacing. All these guys are good players. You're not telling me Pods is better than Fred VanVleet. You are just not. You are not saying that. He ended up averaging 26 minutes per game and starting in 28 games. Okay, we're pulling up numbers. Look, it's not all about the numbers. I'll be the first to tell you guys that, and I own a basketball analytics company, but like, 9 points a game, like 3-4 assists, like 6 rebounds. Those are good numbers, right? 38% from the field. You're not telling me that's better than Fred VanVleet and like whatever the hell he was averaging last year. I mean, career high in assists, 8.1. Dude was scoring a ton last year. No way. Jaden McDaniels. He probably deserves to be a little bit lower on the list. I feel like he kind of regressed last season. Like, some of his like offensive aggression kind of disappeared, and some of the shot creating abilities, which weren't anything like to write home about before, but at least we started to see something, kind of vanished. So I'm really curious to see what he does this year, especially with Cap being gone. Like, somebody needs to step up offensively in that lineup and try to be a creator and open up space for other people. So guess we'll see. Tyler Hero coming in at 76. Yeah, Tyler Hero's game has pretty much remained the same, but that's still a really good mark for where he is. Still don't trust him as like a ball handler or anything. Sometimes they try to put him in these pick and roll situations. The lays at the rim are looking really good. The high ones off the glass, I love that and everything. It's just like, I don't know, it feels like he's been making the same mistakes like playing the pick and roll that he's been making since he's a rookie. So hope to see the development in him, but hell of a basketball player. Dante DiVincenzo. Okay, glad to see him this high on the list. The defense that he plays, and obviously the elite shooting that he has, comes up clutch, plays with great energy. Love DiVincenzo. No reason he shouldn't be up here. Zach LaVine. How they forget. How quickly they forget. Last year, 38. Yep, that sounds more appropriate. 74 seems awfully low. And I know they'll say it's because of the injuries and stuff like that, but I don't know, like, I feel like I need to see him play bad beforehand before I believe that that's, like, the case. But I still will tell you, Zach LaVine's one of the most unguardable guys in basketball. He's a 3-level scorer. He can do everything on that side of the court. Like, and defensively, like, he's not bad when he really wants to be. I think he's become a much better, like, off-ball defender and things like that. And even on-ball, like, you can see he's put a lot of work into, like, strengthening the chest to make sure people can't go through him anymore. I don't know. Jared Allen. Wow. So Jared Allen, like, I kind of understood Zach LaVine maybe being this low, kind of the borderline all-star type of player, and because of the injuries, but then to have a healthy Jared Allen, wow. Oh, if the rankings were based on games played from January 3rd to the All-Star break, Allen would be in the top 50. Allen averaged, yeah, man, he's a really good player when healthy. I don't know, man. That's tough. Like, Jared Allen's really good. So, like, where's Brandon Ingram in this? I always say those two are pretty equivalent of players. Austin Reeves. Okay, I like Austin Reeves. I really do. You are not telling me Austin Reeves is better than Zach LaVine, Jared Allen, probably DiVincenzo, like Fred VanVleet, like some of these guys. That's an interesting take. Why? Coming off, and yep, he's on Team USA. He took some time to find his groove last season. That's kind of what I remember most of his season. I don't remember it being as impactful. We always love his pick and roll numbers and everything. Shooting efficiency, year 2, blah, 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 year 3. Abbreviated postseason run, but it fails to recognize Reeves' improvement as a playmaker. Give him credit. Yeah, no, he's always been a good playmaker. I don't, at least in pick and roll situations, he's pretty good at navigating it. So he was 66 last year. He actually fell still, but still falls above Jared Allen. That's interesting. They put a lot of weight on health and everything. And then Klay Thompson being here. I mean, Klay Thompson still had a phenomenal season last year. I know all you guys like to shit on him or whatever, or at least a lot of you on the internet seem to like to do it, but like, still had a really, really good season last year. I don't know how good he's going to be going into this year. I mean, eventually age and injuries catch up with you, but another great season for Klay. Bradley Beal feels too low, but again, the injuries, so at least they're being consistent and stuff with the injuries. I mean, Beal was good when he played. He just was. A lot of you guys will be like, oh, he had a down season because his numbers dropped this much. Well, guess what? Go look at the rest of the guys he was playing with. Kevin Durant and Devin Booker each averaged like 27, 28 points a game. So somebody's got to score less, and it happened to be Bradley Beal. We did a whole study on like how many times there's been 3 guys on a team that can score like 20 plus points on the single NBA team. So Bradley Beal's good. Bradley Beal's good. Jalen Green coming in at 69. He was 80 last year. Yeah, Jalen Green, I'm not like ready to say that he's better than like Levine, Jarrett. No, he's definitely not better than like Jared Allen in my mind or Bradley Beal. But I will say, like I've done a lot of talking about how it's like, yeah, that little run by Jalen Green last year, like you started to see him put it together, because I was not a big fan of his game. I felt like he really embodied like the modern basketball player that was kind of coming into the league and just not knowing shit, because all they've done is play AAU their whole life and they haven't actually taken the time to learn the game. He got better last season, and in the preseason this year, I've been watching the film, and I kind of want to do one of those film breakdown videos for you guys. I've been impressed so far. I've been impressed, so I'm hoping. Brandon Miller above Jalen Green. Brandon Miller had a really good rookie season last year. I don't know if you can say he's better than Jalen Green already, but I'm glad they're giving him some credit. Should I have more context in this video? Is this where they think they're going to end up by the end of this? Where to the final, our countdown kicks off, which includes blah, 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 down the who made the season's top 100 cut. I was wondering if this was like a prediction as to where it was going to be at the end of the season or something like that. It's good to have context when you're looking at statistics, as always. So I don't know. Cade Cunningham's all the way down here. And that's fair, because we haven't like seen that level of it. Okay, you know what? That is fair. But again, Jared Allen and them should be like higher. Cade Cunningham, I think he could be way higher than this. Last year he was 74, so it's cool to see him still picking it up. I love the way that he's been playing so far this preseason. Hoping that he can get a little bit more aggressive with like some of his decision makings coming off the pick and roll and stuff. But the Pistons are also scaring me because they can't seem to decide what lineup they want to run, and the fact that Fontecchio's been like the 7th, 8th man recently concerns me a little bit more, but is what it is. Draymond Green still coming in here. Green is coming off a season that almost ended with his retirement. I forgot about that. After 2 altercations where he got suspended. Yep. Yeah, all that stuff. The answer is yes. He's still a leader for them, still does a bunch for them. Yeah, fair enough. I can't complain with him, man. Dude's a champion. Next up, Malik Monk. So how does Malik Monk go here and Naz Reid's all the way back there? Help me understand that one. And like, okay, and he was the one that was injured too, so what the hell? I don't understand. But no, Malik Monk's awesome. I love Malik Monk. I love the energy he plays with. I'm glad he found a home in the Kings. He's again one of those combo guards, the smaller ones that we've kind of seen work in the NBA as of late, and so that seems to be an archetype that more people are going to try to find, are these smaller, like compact shooting guards that aren't too beefy, but they get a lot of shots up and they get a lot of elevation on their shots. So like Malik Monk, man, he's kind of a trailblazer for people. That's not like a joke on the Trailblazers. That's just like, he's a trailblazer for this archetype of player. But anyway, Emmanuel Quickley, yeah, give him some respect, putting him up there. Again, I'd still probably take Malik Monk, but Emmanuel Quickley, as soon as he got traded to the Raptors, man, he got to show his stuff. He wanted to be a starter, and he got to be it, and let's see if he can do it again this year. He jumped up a lot from 92 last year, so the credit to him. He deserves it. Chris Middleton starting to fall a little bit. So, yeah, injuries have continued to limit him and everything. Still one of the toughest bucket getters we got, one of the most clutch shooters we got in basketball. I really hope he has a healthy season this year. I know the offseason has been a little bit rough to him, but, hey, man, we love some Chris Middleton. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, this high. Like, who really thinks you would rather have KCP over Jared Allen? I'm just asking that question. Even Herb Jones. Damn, like give me Herb. Herb Jones is a better KCP. I love KCP. Again, I don't want this to ever seem like I don't like any of these guys. These are all really good basketball players. I'm just saying some of these seem very odd. But Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, obviously, is going to be on the Magic this year. I'm kind of making a prediction that I think it's going to hurt his numbers quite a bit to not be on a team with any shot creators, because I think that's why he thrives a lot of the times. He's still going to be a good defender, and he'll still be able to shoot and stuff, but I don't know. But yeah, KCP's he's a good player. He's a very good player. Josh Hart, Mr. I just play every single minute in basketball games. You deserve to be this high for that reason, if nothing else. He just goes out there. He's like, I'm going to get all the rebounds in the world at 6'4". I'm going to get all the rebounds and not take any shots during the game, because that's what my team needs me to do. We need more guys like that. Desmond Bane, one of the Grizzlies' many injured players at this point. How quickly we forget how good Desmond Bane can be. Let's see. Bane has improved his scoring and assist averages each of his 4 years in the league. He averaged 23.7 points and 5.5 assists per game with his injury-shortened season. Yeah, I remember I had him in fantasy last year, and then he went down. I was like, oh yeah, he's going to cook with Ja out, and he was, and man. Alex Caruso, good to give him credit, man, because his counting numbers aren't obviously always as good. He wasn't even ranked the previous year, which seems kind of wild, because I feel like we all knew how good Alex Caruso is. But no, I'm glad that he's getting some credit and everything for everything that he can do to contribute to the team. His outside shooting has improved a lot. Obviously, the defense and the intensity is there. Love to see it. Kobe White. Okay, Kobe White this much higher than Zach LaVine? That's interesting. White makes his debut in the top 100 list after a runner-up finish in most improved player voting. Yeah, White averaged a career-high 19 points, 5 assists, 78 starts, up from 9.7 points. Yeah, no, he had a nice jump. Obviously, Kobe White's like change of speed and his strength and size help him get a lot of different shots up. Still see him as more of like a combo guard type of guy, and I don't always like the combo guard things as much. So, and I know I just talked about Malik Monk. There's a slight difference in those archetypes of players where Kobe White's trying to play the point guard like a little bit more, but no, Kobe's been good. Kobe's been real good. Darius Garland. Interesting. We got him that much higher than Jared Allen, huh? Garland has never appeared in more than 70 games and saw his offensive numbers decrease. It bothers me when, like, they only had good things to say about some of the guys at the top of the list, and then they're starting off, like, Darius Garland, who's, like, 20 spots ahead of them with, like, something negative. Shouldn't, like, the higher you go up the list, you should have more positive things to say right away? That's just me. While the concerns about how Garland fits next to Donovan Mitchell continue to linger, I mean, we did the whole study. Go watch the preseason preview for the Cleveland Cavaliers on my channel. We literally just looked at the numbers and we confirmed, like, yeah, no, these two don't play well together, and they actually play very well with specific players. So kind of a problem for the team. But no, Darius Garland's awesome. His shiftiness and everything, offensive side of the game, phenomenal. Derek Lively, this art. Okay, let's park it for just a second. Derek Lively's not this much better than Jared Allen. He's not. Let's park it for a second. I know that he was a really good rookie center last year and everything. This guy is still just a run, jump, and dunk center, right? And that's no knock on him or anything. He does something very, very well, and he's in a perfect system right now. And he's a good player. He really is, and he plays his role exceptionally well, and that's part of it. He's not as good as Jared Allen. He's just not. But Derek Lively, love that he's getting some recognition. Where's Daniel Gafford then? Don't tell me Daniel Gafford didn't make the list then, because that's some nonsense. Jaren Jackson, ooh, all the way down here, huh? It's been a while since he was Defensive Player of the Year. He dropped 24 spots after an injury-ravaged season. They only had 27 wins. Yeah, he did a lot more offensively. 22.5 points, 2.3 assists. I mean, I was at a couple games where I was watching him play last year, and, like, dude was just not passing. He was like, nah, I'm not passing it to any of you boys. Like, so good for Jaren Jackson. Hope he can keep the fouls down and everything. Alperen Şengün. Good for Şengün, man. I'm glad he's getting some recognition. That's awesome. Good for AP, man. Good for AP. Love everything that he's doing. We hope to see like him continue to really climb like defensively, just become a little bit smarter on that side of the court. The playmaking is awesome. He has a lot of fun out there. Really uses his body weight well, so good for him. RJ Barrett, another one of those guys that got traded to the Raptors that played really well. When him, Scotty, and Quickly were on the court last year together, we saw great numbers. Unfortunately, they just don't have much of a bench. We'll see what the Raptors do this season. Scotty's looked really good in preseason, and we haven't seen a ton of Barrett necessarily yet, right? Am I remembering that correctly? I feel like Barrett's been out for like a decent amount of the preseason. I don't remember. But regardless, yeah, good for RJ Barrett, man. He was even shooting well from the outside. Franz Wagner coming in at 52. Yeah, that feels appropriate. Like, this feels appropriate. I'd still have some of those other guys that we've been talking about a bunch, like, ahead of these guys. But Franz Wagner around here, yeah, obviously the efficiency numbers have been pretty bleh. I'd still like to see him be a better shot creator, add a couple more moves to his arsenal, right? And obviously convert from the outside. But they paid him and stuff. He continues to get better, so I have no reason to think he won't keep getting better. He's still very young, so let's see it, Franz. Let's see it. OG Anunoby. Good. Give this boy some credit. My favorite thing about OG Anunoby last season was his ability in the playoffs to just hit like the meanest threes of all time. Like, for whatever reason, like when the game was like tightest, he would always just end up open and hit the most daggering 3-pointers that would just kill teams. So shout out OG Anunoby, man. All right, that's the first 50 right there. That's the first 50. Do I want to go through and do the other ones in this one, or do I make you guys wait for another video? I think I'm going to make you guys wait for another video because I'm sleep deprived and have a lot of things to do. But I won't make you guys wait long. I'll get it out Saturday for you guys. But hey, thanks so much as always, and we'll talk to you guys later. Be on the lookout. I got some interesting videos coming up, but we'll talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye.